Okay, so after a lot of fumbling around with all the technical issues,
And the
then
list making.
yeah, then another hour just going through the list after we realized we didn't actually have a list, we finally have a show. So without any further ado, this is December 29th, 2018's episode of BitHUD. I'm Thaddeus,
And I'm Dan.
and today we're going to be covering our top 10 games of 2018. So we'll just kind of jump right into our lists.
All right, we're going from weakest to strongest.
Yeah, pretty much, or strong to strongest.
So regular Goku to Super Saiyan.
Something like that.
Super Saiyan God.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
Okay, I got my list here, so
Yeah, you put yours numbered.
yeah. So number 10, I'll start off with The Messenger, which is essentially Ninja Gaiden meets Pip meets a Metroidvania. It starts off as an 8-bit Ninja Gaiden type game, but then something happens midway through or partway through where it turns into a 16-bit game. The graphics and audio quality shift to that kind of aesthetic, and then something happens a little later on where you gotta actually do some backtracking through the maps. It's good. It's got a nice little self-aware sense of humor to it, and it's got a style which emulates a lot of what its influences are, but then also polishes it, I guess you could say. Like a lot of Ninja Gaiden games were just sadistically hard, and
Yeah.
I don't know how much of it was. I mean, to a degree, it's definitely intentional, but a lot of it might just felt like they were going off of the arcade system, which was
Okay.
Let's make the game. Let's
A
make
little
games
bit more accessible, a little bit faster.
Yeah, so it's a lot more accessible. I will admit that I haven't beaten it yet. I got into this one boss, which is just usually most of the bosses have a pattern to them. This boss is just kind of doing. There's no real pattern to him, so you don't know his tells, and it's kind of like a thing where I kind of find that to be a flaw in games.
Where they don't have a pattern?
Yeah, where the boss is just there's no rhyme or reason to them just doing things, and then you're just getting killed because you can't predict their moves.
Yeah, it's really just like a drop in design if it's more sporadic. But I mean, I like it where it's like Dark Souls, where it's if you do this, then the boss does this.
Yeah.
So you kind of bait them into what you want them to do.
Yeah, because boss fights are like logic puzzles.
Yeah, or if they just cycle through it, it's easier.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's my number 10. I think we'll kind of go back and forth.
Yeah, my number 10 was definitely Battle Chef Brigade. I talked to you about this before.
I'm not sure.
You're basically a chef that takes part in chef battles.
Okay.
And this is how you kill monsters.
Yeah.
So you basically, the first part of it is you run out into the woods like a 2D side scroller.
Yeah.
And you have to beat the shit out of monsters and take their bodies or whatever they drop back. And then you start your cooking, and you have pots and pans, you have a cutting board, but it's basically sort of like a Tetris game at that point, where you have gems that are flavor gems, and then as they cook, they get stronger and larger, and you connect 3 and it makes a bigger gem. So it's interesting like that, and it actually was a really good story. I like that it stayed really short. You could beat it in a day.
Really?
So it was fun, but again, I could have gone with or without it, but it was definitely notable.
Easy to platinum?
I didn't finish the last chapter.
Okay.
What's your number 9?
Number 9. Number 9 is Dead Cells, which I'm sure you're familiar with.
Okay, I gotta jump onto this one with you.
Okay, all right. So that basic idea, it's a roguelike Metroidvania type game, and I've been enjoying it. I guess there's a bit of Dark Souls kind of element to it as well.
It is. It's the learn the boss's patterns, learn the enemy's patterns.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really about just nailing down your gameplay, because when you fuck up, it's mostly you, but the only difference is that since the weapons are randomized every time, you can get bad drops.
Yeah. There's that, and every once in a while there are things that can kind of just fuck you over. Like there's I remember getting a curse where you have to kill 10 guys in
10 guys in what, like 30 seconds?
Yeah, 30 seconds or something, and then I was just without getting hit. And so I remember I got into a position like that where I wasn't prepared for it, and I got maybe like 8 guys, and I guess I got owned. And then, things like that can get you, but
after a while, I never opened those chests. I was like, not worth the headache. I'm gonna play it safe because I already played it fast and loose.
Yeah.
But I like that it was a little bit of a quicker gameplay. We
Yeah.
got a lot of Metroidvanias, and this one definitely had the faster gameplay that
Yeah.
I was looking for, a little bit more of an arcadey feel. So if I had to, I could jump out of the way, get the hell out of there, and come back.
And also by the nature of it, it's kind of the perfect game if you have a Switch to take with you on the road because it's. I haven't beaten it, but I'm assuming you can get through the whole thing in a short run. But also, if you die, it's kind of like a time like okay, well,
You have a good time.
Yeah, so it's a nice game to play in short bursts. Like if you have a Switch and you're going on a train ride to work or wherever. Okay, and number 9 is your number 9 too, or do you?
No, it's not my number 9. I'll just mention it
Yeah.
when it gets to mine.
I forgot your list is kind of scattered. You got a definite number 1 and everything else like
Yes.
huh.
My number 9 was Overcooked 2.
Okay, a lot of
This
cooking
one-
games.
Oh my gosh. Well, this one is a definite, really different.
Oh yeah,
I mean, you guys know what Overcooked 2
Yeah.
is. Puzzles, cook the most shit you can. But it's frantic and it's fun. Although it's my number 9 because it does have some secret things that you have to do to get other stages. And by the time we had beaten the game, me and my girlfriend, I had to call it. I was like, "We're not going back. The relationship can't take it."
yeah.
But it was just more overcooked, and that's always a good thing.
It builds stronger bonds. If you can get through that, you can get through anything, right?
Whatever doesn't kill the relationship makes it stronger.
Exactly. And my number 8 is another one. I guess it's one we both play together.
Is it Way Out?
Yeah, A Way Out.
That was my number
Okay,
8.
there you go. Look at that. Look at that. Perfect.
Line
The game we
middle.
played together, and it's also our number 8. It's meant to be. So yeah, Way Out. I guess we'll share this with one, but it's more about the experience in the game itself because the game is it's solid for what it is.
It's competent.
Yeah.
It's good. It's not a great game.
No.
It's not fast paced. It doesn't do anything particularly great, but it does them all well enough where you forget about it and focus more on playing with the other person.
Yeah, it could very well vary on the person you play with, but Dan and I play together. Yeah, a hell of a time.
Yeah.
It's from a lot of it. I mean, sometimes it would be like figuring out like the little mini puzzles or like the weird coordination. Like we had to go back to back.
Oh, climbing up.
Yeah, and then it's like
That's very. Oh, what was that movie? Emperor's New Groove.
yeah.
Back to back climbing up a cliff.
But then also things where we just like dicked around. Like we played
Connect
Connect 4 for a good while.
Or what was it?
We had
Horseshoe?
there's Horseshoe. We did like a duet.
The guitar and the
duet.
piano duet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was definitely, if you had played it by yourself, very underwhelming.
I don't think you can play it by yourself.
I hope so.
I think
hope
you actually
not,
have to play it
because that is not the way to play it.
No, like if you did that, it'd be
It'd just be a very disappointing
Yeah.
game. But together, it's actually a really fun experience. And
Yeah.
it's hard to nail those down into something that is very purposeful. Because usually you have to play games and make your own fun. This is definitely that idea.
yeah.
Between us playing screwing around playing mini games or me purposely trying to die within the first 15 minutes.
There's that. There's purposely trying to die, but also in the latter half of the game, or maybe the last like quarter of the game, it turns more into a conventional action shooter type game.
Although it was, you know what part I actually really remember when you're getting spoiler alert, whatever.
Yeah.
At the end, when we were getting chased through the jungle and we were on motorcycles, and I was like, "Thaddeus, where the hell are you?" And we're jumping over each other. I see you cross my screen, and then after I think bad guys were following you at first, and then when you crossed me, they just switched right to me. I was like, "Fuck you, fucked me." And those are definitely like highlights of the game.
Yeah. And that's like when we were supposed to be sneaking around in the jungle. Dan would go running up into the guns blazing. And they get killed every time.
Or when we raced to like kill everybody.
Yeah.
Stealth kill race.
Yeah, I was in there earlier before you got out of jail.
Yeah, so basically it's a good game, but you have to really make your own fun out of it.
Yeah, pretty much. But I feel it is definitely designed for that. It is designed for the shared experience.
And you know what? They nailed it.
Yeah, so kudos to them. I don't know how it did like financially, but I mean, I'd encourage them to make more games like that. I mean, I love co-op games like that.
And from a consumer perspective, straight up, I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
I basically piggybacked off of Thaddeus because you just download the demo and join someone else who has it. So why not?
Yeah, that's a good philosophy. Yeah,
Split it between the two
the
of
person
you.
who owns it, you can send out like an invite to your friend who has it, and that's all they have to do. So
Give it to someone for Christmas.
yeah. Okay, so I guess I'll just go to my number 7, which is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I'm sure for a lot of people it'll be way higher on their lists. It's a surprise for me because I'll admit I've never honestly been a fan of the Smash Brothers games. I played a bit of them. Like I didn't play the N64 one until way later on, and I played a bit of Melee, and like I didn't necessarily understand the mechanics of it at first. I'm used to the typical beat 'em up. I mean, fighter where it's just like, okay, you do combos and you beat the guy and you drain down their health bar. This one's more like
you've never been into Smash Brothers.
No,
that's so crazy. Have you tried Solid Snake?
He's
a little overpowered.
I haven't played him. I played. I mean, yeah, this one has like 72 characters, and I've unlocked up to about 50 characters.
I expected you to be like, I'm Mega Man and Richter.
Yeah. So far, I mean that you're kind of right. I mean, Mega Man, Richter, and Cloud are like my top characters, especially Cloud. Actually,
Cloud has good range though. Yeah, he is OP.
Yeah,
just because of
he has the bar.
Anyone who's coming with a freaking 40-foot sword, and they have the limit break.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Just let him summon. Just let him summon Meteor on you, or Knights of the Round.
Yeah. So I enjoyed it. I mean, it's definitely the ultimate like toy box kind of thing where you have like your toys where you have like I don't know. Some people are purists and they'd only like have like their GI Joe set and only play with like the GI Joe characters, and but other people would be like you'd have your like
Transformers,
Ninja Turtles,
Leonardo's riding on the back of Optimus Prime.
Like, essentially that now, but in a fighting game. I mean, we don't have to explain Smash Bros. Anybody who knows games knows Smash Bros.
Come on. I mean, the fact that they can get different fighting styles.
Yeah.
They have Ken and Ryu.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved Ryu. Oh my god.
And out of all the one-player campaigns, I actually like Ryu's the most because it plays like Street Fighter. It has health instead of the percentage meter where you got to like do things to knock him out. So, I mean, I've gotten accustomed to it. I don't think I also got discouraged too because I'd play with people who've been playing it since they were kids.
Yeah.
And then I get in and I wouldn't even know how to should go blind. Like I know the basic idea of it, but I wouldn't get a chance to do anything because they're just like going circles around me and let's like throw me out of the screen before I can do anything. So now that I actually own one and I've been playing it, just doing a lot of practice, doing a lot of like the single player campaigns, I'm actually know what I'm doing. I get the basics of it, so I'm decent. I know I'm still not the best at it, but I like it, and I've finally drank the Kool-Aid on Smash Brothers 20 years after the franchise has been around.
Well, I have good news for you. I've been playing it since the N64 days, and I'm still trash at it.
That's good.
I mean, my main character in the first one was Ness.
Yeah.
And they basically nerfed him because he was way too OP. All right. What number was that? 7?
That was 7.
All right. I'm going to have to throw it out there. Dead Cells. Honestly, it's such a good game. It's so good in little bites, and it controls so good.
That's very smooth.
The control is so good. I mean, they did everything right. You know, you have 4 different types of weapons. You have a crossbow, basically a whip, a sword, shield. Actually, 2-handed sword.
Yeah.
2 swords. Actually, they have a fucking shit ton.
Yeah, there's different kind.
Fireballs. I hated the fireballs.
Yeah.
Fuck that thing.
I love ice though. Ice is just like
ice,
you freeze
anything
them
that freezes people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you freeze everything and cut the shit out of them.
That's my playstyle.
Although I will say one thing. Fuck the weapons that give you more let you take more damage.
Yeah.
Those things are because when I first started,
they creep up on you too.
Well, the first time I started, I didn't even know that was a thing. So I'm like, oh, these weapons are so good. And I'm like, why am I dying after 2 hits? So honestly, big shout out to Dead Cells. Put on the Vita.
Yeah, Vita Switch again. Vita's port its best it's best mobile. I mean, if you have it on, it's on everything now. If you have it on PS4 or
Xbox,
anything, yeah,
I think
it's
on.
still fine.
It's
Or
so
Steam, but yeah,
But honestly, it's so good.
absolutely. Okay, so number 6 is Marvel Spider-Man, which I mean, it was a game that I pre-ordered it maybe 2 years ago. Got fucked over a little bit by Best Buy, but
Left a bit of a sour taste.
yeah, I mean, I said that and I said I'm never buying from Best Buy again. Where I get my new TV.
Best Buy. There you go.
It's like they got you. It's like they screwed me over, and it's like the kind of, what are you gonna do about it? It's like nothing.
Yeah.
But
you gotta stick to your guns.
I know.
To me, Canadian Tire, they're dead forever.
Really?
Well.
Yeah, we got to do an episode about bad retail experience.
Oh my god!
That's an episode. It's over.
There's 2 guys who have done retail.
Yeah, we gotta. Yeah, we gotta do a whole episode about retail experiences. That'll be on our Patreon, right?
Oh my god! I just remember like how like quiet we were when we would drive home from the mall. I'm like, hey dude, you need a ride? All right, we're just both quiet. Like, yeah, all right, I'll see you later, man. Fuck, I gotta go back.
It was so frustrating, especially around
Christmas
time of the year. Like 8 to 10 years ago.
Christmas Eve, both in until 9.
Ooh.
You know, because people need books and glasses until 9 o'clock at night.
Well, you need the glasses to read the books, right?
Exactly.
Our industry supported each other. But,
that's right.
Yeah, so Marvel Spider-Man, though, yeah, it was, I mean, this is the game again. It doesn't need much of an introduction. And if you own a PS4, you probably own this game. Side note: do you see Into the Spider-Verse?
I have not seen it.
You need to catch it. Actually.
All right,
it's
better. Actually good.
It's better than I liked it more than Homecoming, and I liked it.
Really?
More. Yeah. It's. I mean, I liked Homecoming
because I saw Chumpy Peter Parker. I was like, I get it. It's a Miles Morales story.
Yeah.
But why does Peter Parker look like he's homeless?
Because it's different.
Is he actually homeless?
There's a Peter Parker in Miles. I mean, you know the origins of
the
Miles.
one that dies.
Yeah, so you know what happens. That one is 26. This one is like 38 or something, and it's just like his life has fallen to shit.
Yeah, he looks like it. Also, he's got the flasher gear with the trench coat.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's pull it back.
Yeah, Peter Parker is a fuck out. That's his thing. His life. His whole thing is that his life is always. He always makes bad decisions or bad things just happen to him. I think that's why people like him.
He's the kick dog of the Marvel universe.
He's the guy who just always has a shitty life. But anyway, so
wait, remember when Mary Jane was a water clone?
it's like people are. It's like at Marvel they have a board, I guess, or something like all the characters' traits. And it's like Spider-Man. The biggest thing card underneath him is like. Terrible life. You just throw bad things at him. And it's like they'll have like all the other character arts like, oh, this is really terrible. Should we do this guy? No. He's a Spider-Man.
It's like Stanley created the character and wrote out a term, fuck this guy.
Yeah, pretty much. Maybe it's like some kind of thing. Maybe there's a real guy named Peter Parker who did something terrible to Stanley. He was a kid, stole his girlfriend.
And we're both fans of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But it's hilarious.
Yeah. But yeah, so Spider-Man. I'd say Spider-Man's had a great year. I mean, between this game and the movie, and honestly, even Venom.
Did you actually watch it?
I ended up watching it,
oh
and
it's
God. Like the movie itself is the mask. It's like
it's the mask.
It's the mask meets like I don't know like trying. It's like the mask is to try to make it like the comics. I'd say.
Okay.
But
some mask meets Spawn.
No, yeah, it's like no. Then did you ever read the Mask comics?
Wait, The Mask?
Yeah, like Jim Carrey movie. The comic is based off.
They have comics?
Yeah, it was based off a comic. Yeah,
Jesus.
The comics are actually good. They're fucked up. They're like it's like there's like
I can imagine how fucked up that is.
Honestly, again, like this the Mega Man Brazilian comic. Look up the comics of the Mask. They're actually really like I wish the movie was more like those comics. But anyway, we're so off. Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man, great game. I mean. It actually does feel like you're Spider-Man. It has the quality to it that, I mean, I said Zelda Breath of the Wild doesn't have it, is this feeling that I want to get back to. I want to do more, or just one more thing. Just one more mission, one more side quest, side quest. It has a good hook to it that makes you want to keep doing more. The swimming mechanic is a lot of fun, though. We both agree the trick system, underwhelming.
There's 4 tricks.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But so I mean, in the sequels, they should work on that. But it's fun swinging around the game. The combat is Arkham style, but it
It's
works
actually
better for
it
Spider-Man.
works better for Spider-Man. That was the thing that gave me the hang up. At first I was like, I can't do it. I'm done with the Arkham system. But you know what? It is better.
Yeah.
Some of it's still bullshit. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's not perfect. I mean, it's a game where it's like out of the PS4 AAA exclusive titles, this is maybe the weakest, but by far still a great game. Like it like compared to like Horizon Zero Dawn, Uncharted 4, and God of War, it's the bottom of that list. But it's a great list to be a part of.
Yeah.
Be the bottom.
But also, what they need to include the second one is remember the PS1 game where you would put webs on your fists.
Oh yeah, that's right. You can,
and then it would somehow
like
punch
brass
hard.
knuckles.
It would somehow punch
That's
harder.
right. I almost forgot.
I need that shit.
I'm sure. I feel like they'll do a callback to that. Like that's.
If they can do the Sam Raimi suit, they can do it.
Yeah, I mean the game's packed with Easter eggs. I mean, just like again how Spider-Verse is packed with Easter eggs. Side note: that suit actually ends up in Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
The movie, but yeah, but it's a thing where it's like, and it also has like a decent story. Like it's probably the story's better than say any of the Sam Raimi movies. I'd say.
First one was good. Second one was
the first Sam Raimi with
the
Power Rangers suits and all that. And,
yo, come on!
I don't know.
Power Ranger Green Goblin
and like that fair that looked like a PS2 game. The festival where the balloons look like
hey, man.
I don't know.
It was very much early 2000s.
Well, I mean, you can compare. I mean, especially when you compare the relationship between Doc Ock and Spider-Man in this game is way better than the relationship between Doc Ock and the movie. There are some similarities in terms of he's a bit of a mentor, and then he loses his mind. But the way I guess because of the game that we're trying to develop it.
That, and also because you are Spider-Man in the game, you have more of you know what's gonna happen, and you just think, hopefully it doesn't happen till next game.
Yeah.
Give me Spider-Man 1. Just let me get this black and white Asian dude.
Yeah.
Just give me that guy as the bad guy.
Yeah.
But then it like breaks your heart a little.
Yeah, it was actually So I mean, you've the final fight is actually, it pulls the heartstrings.
Now this one is higher on my list.
Okay.
But I'm gonna jump in real quick.
Okay, go for it.
Worst suit of the game. The ugliest suit is your final suit. What the hell?
Yeah.
That suit was gross looking.
After I beat the game, I took it off again.
Oh my gosh! But the best suit, Infinity Wars, right?
Yeah.
The black and blue.
Black and white. Or Secret Wars?
Secret Wars, black and blue.
Yeah,
oh my god.
That was my favorite.
Because I was like, what suit were you using? He's like, and you said the black and blue. I was like, yeah. Secret Wars.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
Also, side note, in the comic books of the Spider-Verse, they have a comic book thing going on. Marvel's PS4 Spider-Man is in one of those universes.
That's awesome.
So,
yeah, because I mean, a lot of the stuff that happens in it, it's like the only way they can justify it is if it's its own separate universe.
And
it's like,
Spider-Cop is also noted in it. Because there's just like a throwaway line where it's like, look, this one's a cop. Spider-Cop. So, and shout out to the fucking developers. Oh. Insomniac.
Yeah.
I was like, Infamous kept coming to my mind, but shout out to Insomniac. I mean, they gave you what? 12, 13 suits just in the basic game.
Yeah, not even DLC or anything.
Not DLC. And then for Christmas, they gave you the Sam Raimi suit.
No, I need to get back to it. I haven't played any of the DLC. Like, I got the complete edition or whatever, but I haven't touched it since I've beaten it.
And you know what? Like, Horizon Zero Dawn felt like a complete game.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man felt like a complete game with DLC in it.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's the thing. Those side missions,
a lot of them
felt like DLC.
Yeah, like that's the Tombstone one.
The Tombstone one. The Black Hat, not so much.
Well, that is DLC though.
Well, I mean the original one.
The pictures. I didn't even finish.
Finding the cats by doors.
Yeah, that's all. I took 2 of the pictures and that was about it.
Really? Oh, you didn't get the Black Cats too?
No, not yet.
But yeah, I mean, it felt like its own game. Like it felt like a game with DLC made for it.
Yeah.
Before the DLC even came out.
Definitely.
So shout out to them. I mean, they killed it.
Yeah. You get your bang for your buck for sure. And so I guess you look at your number 6 then.
Oh fuck. I knew this was gonna happen.
That's why you probably plan ahead.
Jackbox Party Pack 5. I got to throw it in here somewhere.
Jackbox Party
I
Pack 5.
played it. I mean, I've loved every Jackbox. And I
Same.
know that is kind of a cop-out to put a party game in it. But they do such great work.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always a dud in there. There's always one.
Always one, yeah.
But Split the Room is a game where you have to make a question that actually you're trying to get half of the people to vote one way, half the vote to the other way.
One, yeah.
Fucking really hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Because you can't go too extreme where it's,
Yeah.
You have to go to, like, a happy, terrible decision.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. It's got to be the...
Yeah, well, it's like what we were saying for A Way Out. It's the kind of game where you make the fun for it. It's like it all comes down on like who you're playing with and how they decide to go about it.
Yeah, and then they have the invention game where everyone creates a problem and then it gets spun around and you have to solve someone else's problem. So that one is huge fun. And then top one, I was talking about this earlier. The rap battle with robots.
I haven't got a chance to try it.
It's so good, and you don't have to rap it out. The game actually has robot voices rapping them out, and one of them has an Indian accent. You can tell me robots can't have accents. This robot is like...
Watch Transformers. Michael Bay Transformers. They have like a Japanese robot, and then they have the Amos and Andy. What's this, sir? Oh, hell no!
My big teeth.
Yeah. Minstrel robots. Yeah. Robots. Yeah. Robots can have all kinds of voices.
I'm surprised they didn't go up to Optimus every time like, "What's that, sir?" We don't know about that, bro. Oh shit. All right, what's your number 5?
Okay, so we're halfway through.
Are we at 5?
Yeah, we're up to 5 now. My number 5 is Detroit Become Human, which it's another Quantic Dream game. You know, another interactive story type game. Which is, I mean, I've always been a fan of like the whole choose your own adventure type things. I mean, most obviously about games. Side note: did you watch the Black Mirror thing?
I've watched some Black Mirror.
No, I mean they're
like the new one that came out?
It's apparently choose your own adventure. I haven't.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing!
Yes,
we'll do that next one.
Yeah. I got
put it down.
I'll check it. I haven't got a chance to watch it. I just heard about it last night, but
So it's like Night Trap.
Yeah. So I want to see how that plays out. But yeah, I love choose your own adventure. I love the whole idea of like different permutations. Like if you sneeze in the wrong direction in the game, it can alter your whole path. I've always been a fan of that, and it's like. I won't go into the rant now, but it was my major issue with the Mass Effect series, especially the third one, the ending of it, which I'll never forgive. I'll never forgive BioWare for. And I didn't play their shitty Andromeda. I never had any interest in. I never played Mass Effect 3 after I found the ending ahead of time. But anyway, I said I wouldn't rant about it.
Hold on, okay. I love that. Mass Effect is part of the podcast lore. Like how much you fucking hate it. It's as deep as the happy. It's as deep as the Happy Madison cinematic universe.
That's the thing. That left a big stain.
It's like they crawled into your bed and like spooned you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Unwanting spoon.
Yeah, like I'm traumatized. Like I think I should see a therapist about it.
It's the bully that kicked the shit out of you when you were 6.
I wake up with like night terrors thinking about it.
You're just driving down the road and you see a billboard for Mass Effect.
I see 3 colors. I see red, blue, and green. I'm like. So anyway,
what the fuck were we talking about?
I was talking about Detroit Become Human and how you can how it's a decision based game, and so I like the paths you can take. I've only beaten it once, but I could see how the paths were it could at the end of each chapter they give you a whole flow chart of how the decisions play out, so you can kind of see where you can go with it. And I played through in a way that was kind of, I mean, I guess it wasn't that authentic, but I played through thinking of what would be the right decision for the game rather than I guess what would be my gut feeling. So it turned out well that I actually
trying to win it.
Yeah, pretty much. I actually played it to get the best ending, and I did. But I do want to go back and then like make the shitty decisions where like your characters die halfway through. But to anyone who doesn't know the game, it's I guess a cyberpunk thriller where you're different androids who have different are coming from different situations, and they are in a society where essentially it's like 1960s America, and they're the black people. They're like they literally have to ride in the back of the bus, and they're discriminated against and treated only as like servants. But then the one guy becomes like he can become the Martin Luther King or Malcolm X depending on how you play the game. Where you start a robot revolution, you can do a peaceful protest, or you can decide to just want to kill every human being you see.
So wait, you went Martin Luther King instead of Malcolm X?
Martin Luther
I thought
King.
you were gonna go AWOL on that shit.
No.
I was like, yo, you're gonna be smashing those windows.
No, I decided, you know what? I guess in the long run, it'd be better to have robots and humans coexist instead of having humans fear them and eventually come back out and want to mow you down.
No way, man. Ram don't fry in the kitchen.
Well, on that note, what's your number 5?
Oh fuck! My number 5 was Moonlighter.
Moonlighter.
It was, you know what? It had the fun parts of Zelda, where it was good. Each room actually felt, for a randomized RNG dungeon crawler, it felt purposeful.
Okay.
And I love the loot system. That loop where you go in, you get some items, you sell it the next day, and you start messing around with how you're pricing items. I was creating shortages. I was wringing those villagers dry. You want iron, motherfucker? Well, too bad.
Sounds like it's made for you.
Well, because the first time I sold everything super cheap,
Mm-hmm.
and all the prices fucked me up.
Yep.
So then I redid it, and I was evil. That was the best. Because after a while, money doesn't matter. And it's really quickly where money doesn't matter, but you do it anyways. So, but it was actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Because I didn't think it was going to be very good.
Oh, really? Where'd you get it then?
Honestly, I saw the Zelda playing, and I was like, oh, that's usually pretty good. I thought the store mechanics was where it was going to fall.
Yeah.
Because an economy game, those are really hard to balance out.
For sure.
And when it's not the main focus, it's usually pretty shit.
Yeah.
But it was a surprising game, so I actually really enjoyed that.
Yeah. I picked it up on Switch. I just have too many things going for it. Like I think I like to always have a big 120-hour RPG going on it. So right now it's currently Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That was a 2017 game, so that's why I can just say I'm playing it. It's on the list.
Yes.
But I do enjoy it, despite the weird Scottish accents.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like, what was the game for Wii that they came out with? Remember when the original Xenoblade Chronicles came out? There was that. There was another game. Fuck, I fucking bought it too. Where they all had British accents.
I remember that one.
It was weird.
The Wii era was a blur for me.
Oh my gosh. It's so good.
They're good ones, but
they had good games, and then they had a lot
of shovelware.
games.
A lot of shovelware.
But they were the first ones to put 4-player Mario.
Yeah, that's very true. So I'm on 4 now.
Oh, is this my 4th?
No, I don't think. No, I'm on this one. I think you said yours. So my number 4 is Octopath Traveler, which again another 100-hour JRPG to play on the train, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. It was kind of a one where I knew it was the first game I got with the Switch this summer. I heard a few things. Actually, it was what's it called? Happy Console Gamer.
Oh, I love Happy Console Gamer. Shout out to you in Vancouver.
Yeah.
You and Raw Man doing God's work.
Absolutely.
Did you watch their Christmas?
Yeah.
Oh,
I watched them every year. Yeah.
I love those guys, man.
A little spoiler for something coming up on my list. Is that I got into them because they reviewed Monster Boy games. Monster World games. Oops. Spoiler alert.
Oh.
But yeah,
foreshadowing.
About 5 or 6 years ago, I decided, hey, you know what games I really miss? Monster World. And then I started looking them up, and then I was like, yeah. And then it came out on PS3. You could get the game on PS3. Then I got back into them because of that. But anyway, Octopath Traveler, I enjoy a lot. It's a simple JRPG which has certain aesthetics that are reminiscent of like the 16-bit era, like the pixelated graphics, but also it has a few things that elevate the visuals. Like the worlds are kind of polygonal, but still have like the pixelated look to them, and there's like a tilt shift camera kind of gives it a kind of nice dreamlike feel to it. The characters are then there's like obviously more I guess it's more fidelity to the audio, and it has one of the greatest soundtracks this year. For soundtrack, I'll put the soundtrack at number one.
Really?
Yeah, the soundtrack. It's got a great soundtrack, and again, if you watch heavy console gamers, he like uses the battle music, and also every video now you'll hear it over and over again. But I love the music in it, and the combat is really addictive too. It's really satisfying. Even though it's turn based, it really packs a punch to it because the whole system is kind of a Mega Man thing where all the enemies have certain vulnerabilities. They have a shield up.
I love that. Yeah.
And then you'll like at first it starts off as question marks.
Yeah.
But like if you use something like say a thunder, it'll like reveal that thunder is one of their weaknesses, and then so depending on who you have in your character lineup, you can just use all their thunder abilities and then just bring them down. And once that's down, they're stunned and vulnerable, and you can just like attack the hell out of them, something like that. So it's like fun planning out how you're going to attack them, and also the whole idea that you start off as one character, and guess what? Octopath, 8 characters.
What?
So you start off as one of them, and you can either meet the other 7, or you can apparently do it all with this one character, or meet a few, never meet a few, and just go on. But I decided I was going to play through, meet everybody, and do all their stories. I started off as Cyrus the Professor. I guess he's the character. Not that I'm a professor, but out of all of them, I thought, I kind of relate to this guy.
Is it because of the black name?
Cyrus? No, Cyrus's name actually is more like a redneck name. Like, I think it's like Billy Ray Cyrus.
I was thinking of hackers. Lloyd Cyrus.
Okay. Honestly, no. Cyrus. I think more of like redneck. But no, he's essentially like Sherlock Holmes meets
Alchemist.
No, what's the name? Ace Attorney. What's the name?
Phoenix Wright.
Phoenix Wright. Yeah.
Oh my God, this sounds good.
Yeah. So he has like the power of deduction. So like each chapter you gotta like solve a bit of a mystery before you do things like that. So, but I like this character the most, and then he actually ended up being pretty much the most powerful character because scholars are essentially sorcerers, and you can so you have like all the elemental attacks, and his moves just like fuck everybody up. And then also later on, there's like more things you can add to it. Like you can learn other people's abilities or other character classes. You can have dual class characters, and it's really a really intricate and complex system, but it's very satisfying and rewarding. So
have you tried playing from other characters?
No, but you play all of them.
Yeah, but have you tried starting with a different character?
You can't. I mean, I haven't, but it's the same game.
Okay. Because I was wondering, like, maybe if you start with a different character, that character can become more powerful.
Not necessarily. No. Okay. Like it's
sort of a set path.
It's because he has that. Because you can also
his ability, right?
And because if you gave another character that ability, you can kind of make them close to it. But
nice.
But yeah, he's going to be stronger because he's locked in.
Yeah.
The character you start with is locked in.
Of course, it's the Chrono Trigger syndrome.
Exactly. So when you can only have 4 people in the party at a time. So obviously he's going to be leveling up all the time while everyone else is like bit by bit. But
okay.
Yeah. So no, Octopath Traveler, I liked a lot.
I didn't know it was going to be that high up on your list.
No. I loved the hell out of it. I mean, again, after I beat it, I had like maybe a week or two of there being a void of like. Not having that game to play on the train.
That loss in your heart?
Yeah. I didn't have like that RPG to play on the train. Even though one thing that did suck, it's a typical JRPG issue. Like Persona.
Grind?
No, not even the grind. I don't mind the grind, but the dialogue. Like there'll be times where like there'll just be like 2 hours straight of dialogue, and it's like I don't mind it, but you could say what they say. Look it up. Look at me. This is pot calling the kettle black, but they can say a lot of the stuff that they need to say in like 2 lines, but they say it in like 6 paragraphs.
So the drawn out exposition.
Yeah, a lot of it. So that's one of my main. That is my main issue, especially when I'm on the train, because like I just want to go and grind and level up. I don't want to sit through this. So I have a train ride where I'm just like it's like a podcast. I'm just like I'm either reading a novel or watching a podcast. So just like reading or listening to dialogue for an hour or two.
Oh, gee.
So yeah, Octopath is my number 4. Oh, also, side note, something I only figured out later on. All Octopath is all the characters in the first game. The first letters of all the characters' names. And
yes, I heard about that.
I didn't realize until way later.
Huh.
But
that's honestly what thoughtful design. Although I guess it wouldn't be that hard to do.
No.
Just rename all the characters.
Pretty much.
But anyways, my number 4, this might upset you a little, is Mega Man 11.
4, eh?
Oh my gosh. But here's the thing.
Okay.
I suck at this game. Remember I told you I had to I gamed the system. I love Mega Man, but my old ass can't do it. I know we're the same age, but I just can't. So it brought back everything I love. 9 bosses that actually mean something.
Mm-hmm.
Stages that are purposeful and not shit.
Mm-hmm.
Mighty Number 9.
Oof.
It's a call out because, you know what, KG was all flapping his dick everywhere.
Yep.
Like Capcom said, fuck you,
Mega Man's mine. Yeah, I'm the Mega Man. Yeah. And you know what? He wasn't...
wasn't that good?
He had no involvement. He was involved in Mighty Number 9, and Mighty Number 9 was horseshit. Like, it was...
Yeah.
It was. I mean, the writing was on the wall for a while. I didn't want to believe it. When I first saw the beta, I was like, no, this is beta. It's like, they're obviously doing a lot to it.
The demo where it's like, oh, it's a speedrun game, eh?
Yeah, I was like... But even, just like visually, it looked like a PS2 game. And I was like, you know, they're still polishing it, right? No, this is not how it's going to actually look. And their faces are going to move when they talk, right?
It's just because it's blurry. They need to refine it.
Yeah. And then
it was a hot mess.
No.
It was a hot messy to me.
It was garbage.
I still love you, but damn it.
I think he's kind of like gone with the tail between us. Like he doesn't.
Well, he's duck and cover now.
Yeah. After he retreated, saying it's better than nothing. It's kind of.
But you know what? Thank God Mighty Number 9 happened, because they're actually taking Bloodstained seriously now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That, and even also, like, I'd say Mega Man 11. Back on topic is.
Yeah, Mega Man 11. They watched and they saw the fucking trash fire.
It was like, Capcom was like, okay, well, we haven't done the same thing in Mega Man while we're done it, but then it saw Mighty Number 9. Yeah, they kind of screwed it up.
You know what?
The demand is there, and they shot the bed. So
yeah, why not throw a little bone to these starving, thirsty Mega Man fans? But to be honest, I loved the game. It was great. Visuals, even the bosses were good, and it had that great Mega Man hook. The reason it fell to number 4, because it would have been number 2.
Okay.
The fucking gear double shift. Double gear system. It killed me.
I don't have an issue with it, but
oh my gosh, because the power gear kind of useless.
Yeah, power gear is mostly useless. There are certain situations that contextually, certain things that help for, like Torchman stage.
Yeah, where you have to bolt your ass across because the stage is moving. Yeah, you're gonna use the speed gear and the power gear. But after that, I was like, ugh.
The power gear was I mean, I can count the amount of times I actually used it, but
I think I used it 4 times.
Yeah. And then, but for the speed gear, I used quite often. And
that I freaking milked the speed gear.
Yeah. But it's the thing. It's the kind of thing where it's like technically you could probably
do it without it.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a much harder game, but you can technically do it without it. So that's the kind of thing. I didn't hold it against it. I do say I will agree with you that it shouldn't be in any other than Mega Man games. I feel like it
should just be done with it.
Yeah, it's like I don't think time manipulation is necessarily core to who Mega Man is, but I think...
Although I think they did it because it was so long since the last Mega Man game.
Yeah.
That people like me, I would not be able to make it through all the platforming. My fucking slow ass Mega Man's thinking about every jump he's gonna do before he does it. He didn't have those lightning reflexes, you know?
Yeah.
So there was that, and also I gamed the store for screws.
Yeah.
I freaking just stayed on a conveyor belt. Bless you, Oreo. My dog is sneezing in the corner there. But yeah, I stayed on a conveyor belt and just farmed enemies till I could buy everything in the store. And that kind of took a lot of the fun out of the second run because I wanted it to be harder the second time
Yeah.
when I went from casual to normal.
Yeah.
But normal was kicking my ass, so I had to cheat. I had to cheat. But yeah, still a great game, and
Yeah.
welcome back, Mega Man.
Oh yeah, it's been a long wait. Good
Yeah.
8-year gap. And if you think about it, between 8 and 11, that's 20 years. Before you should make a Mega Man game a year.
Yeah.
That's kind of slowed down quite a bit. All right. Well, it might show up again on this list.
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see.
We might be looking at a list, and it might be on there.
Yeah. Okay, so my number 3 is Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom, and kind of related to Mega Man 11. This is kind of a nice revival of a series that's pretty near and dear. Yeah, dormant, and something I held near and dear to my heart. I discovered the Monster Boy games by not necessarily by accident, but just from like having my brother's friend trade systems with us when we got a Sega Genesis. We always had Nintendo systems, and his friend always had Sega systems.
We have to hold on to this.
Okay.
You traded a Nintendo.
Not for keeps. It'd be like things like
okay.
no.
I was gonna say you were on the losing end of that trade, my friend.
No. It'd be like things like during summer break or winter break. I remember my first time playing Monster Boy was in kindergarten during winter break.
Okay.
But
I just have to clear up that piece.
No. We would not make that mistake. No, but it was a thing where we'd always like cycle consoles. It was like they had a whole system going where to do that, and we'd even have like a TurboGrafx 16 every once in a while.
Holy shit!
Yeah, like I can't remember where it came from. I didn't really they trade and we get the TurboGrafx 16. But anyway, so by doing that, I came across Monster World and Dragon's Trap, and I was just fascinated by the mechanics of it, the whole idea of like a 2D action RPG, Metroidvania-ish kind of thing. With and then I love the whole idea that you're transforming different animals, but the animals each has specific abilities in terms of what you can do with them and where you can go. So I heard about this one maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and I thought it kind of faded because they actually end up rebooting or doing a remastered version of Monster Boy or Monster World Dragon's Trap. So I thought either they abandoned this and went into that. But no, this one was still in the works, and this one ended up being kind of I like this one better because, like Mega Man 11 compared to say Mega Man 9, this is a step forward. This isn't just kind of like rehashing old ideas. Where this isn't a new paint job in an old game. This is a brand new game, and it takes a lot from the old games in terms of the gameplay mechanics, the style of it, even a lot of the music, with obviously a lot of updates. But then they add a lot of new things to it. Some of the new things I will say aren't for the better. Like I will say I'm close to the end of it. In the last few levels, there's been a major spike in difficulty and a major spike a spike in the complexity of the levels. I remember the other ones would be like maybe a couple, like it'd be a little bit of a labyrinth and maybe a couple puzzles, but you can go into a level and be in and out in a half hour. This one, like the volcano level and the haunted mansion levels, they're like endurance tests. Like I'll get through one part and I'm like, okay, I'm done now, right? No, you gotta do this now. And then another thing after that, and I just like I tap out. I'll just tap out and say, all right, I need a break. Because they're like the volcano level has like crazy challenges in terms of platforming.
Yeah.
Like, you'd have a lot of fun with some of the crazy platforming.
I'm so shit at platforming. I don't know if I could.
You'd have fun with all the crazy platforming you got to do in that level, and then the haunted mansion is the puzzle level, and it's just like the puzzles are like they're like insane. They're like on the level of like a LucasArts graphic adventure game. It's like we have it's like the logic is like okay, you gotta
logic.
Yeah, it's like what like you pick up this piece of cardboard and you put it in a banana. That's how you get out of this. It's just I would say if they do any sequels that you should kind of dial that back because the ramp is just quick. It just comes out of nowhere. Like it's the first few levels play like a traditional Monster Boy game. Then all of a sudden, it gets way more complex. That's pretty much how I feel with Monster Boy: The Cursed Kingdom. Haven't beaten it yet, near the end, but I'm enjoying it. And yeah, it's definitely a solid number 3 for me.
All right, my solid number 3. Yeah, it was Spider-Man. I'm like, did I already talk about Spider-Man?
No, well, I talked about the end. You kind of jumped.
Yeah,
in
I jumped in. Spider-Man. Honestly, the reason I liked it so much was because you were there for this. I talked shit about that.
Every time
I was down on that motherfucker.
yeah, I really Spider-Man.
What the fuck, bro?
It's quick time events in Arkham Combat.
What is this? 2013, man. So I was a bit of a hater, and honestly, the story was really good. I mean, it wasn't blow my socks off, but it was more thoughtful than I thought it was going to be.
Again, watched Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah. And the combat, while still Arkham combat, was appropriate. Okay, and it had a good enough loop where I wanted to actually get good at the combat, whereas usually I just cheese these freaking games. Yeah. And honestly, just swinging through New York City or Queens.
Yeah, no, it's Manhattan,
right? Yeah. I mean, it felt fun. There were some awesome Easter eggs in it. The suits were good. But real say, about 90% of the powers are trash.
Yeah.
Like the optional powers.
Yeah, and the gadgets are not really...
Yeah, I think I used the ones that would like... I never used the trip mines.
Not really. No.
But whenever there was like those really fat dudes... like the sumo wrestler type or the brawler type, I would always put on the impact webbing and just kind of get them close to the wall just so I could get them out. Because they were a bitch.
And also some of the challenges kind of, I say, we got to get these guys this way. So I'd use them in those kind of situations because you get more tokens for doing that. Yeah. But
did you platinum it yet?
Not yet. I should get back to it. Again, it's like this year is everything is kind of started coming at me, and now it's like...
It's been a good year for games.
A lot of games came out, and then plus I got the Switch late summer, and then that's like... I'm dividing my time between that. I'm kind of neglecting my PS4 a bit more these days, but yeah, it's...
You got a new side piece, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm the distracted boyfriend meme. It's my head on top of the guy, and the PS4 is the girlfriend, and the Switch is the girl in the red dress, right?
Yeah. But honestly, it was a nice surprise just because I've been let down by superhero games, and again, even more so by Spider-Man games.
Oh yeah, there's been even dating back to the LJN one on NES, or Spider-Man and X-Men.
Oh my gosh, Arcade's Revenge. Oh, fuck that game. Ooh. You're gonna put Wolverine in Candyland?
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here. Or Storm underwater.
That was
None of it made sense. Yeah, that was a bad game. But yes, Spider-Man. I mean, I enjoyed a lot of it, and by the end, the only thing that kind of killed me was there was too much to do.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to get that platinum, and it's like...
Yeah, that's an issue I had for sure. A
lot of solve these crimes.
Especially, like sometimes you're trying to get to one place with like, another crime. And then there'd be the thing where, like...
At the end, the motherfuckers with the rocket launchers flying everywhere.
Yeah. And also, even, like, for, like, missions, there'd be times where after you complete a big mission, Spider-Man would be like, that was a lot of work. Sometimes you just do a little bit of stuff around the city. But then you do, like, one thing, and it's back to, like, Mary Jane's been kidnapped. You gotta go save her. And another big, high-stakes mission. You go to that instead. And
I know they needed to break up things and show other angles because the story wouldn't make sense. And they wanted to tie in Miles Morales. Nobody wanted to play as them. No one said, hey, Mary Jane, you have no powers. Yeah. Hey, Miles Morales, you have no powers.
Or does he?
Or does he? But yeah, I want to play as the guy who can make electronics turn on.
Yeah.
What is that? What is that?
That was weak.
So yeah. But you know what I did love? The drug trip.
Yeah.
Because I purposely put on the comic, the 2D comic Spider-Man suit during the drug trip. So it made it feel even funnier. And during all the negative zone fights, I would put on the negative zone suit.
Oh, how could you see with that?
Honestly, it was blinding.
Yeah.
But I was doing it for my own amusement. Like I do almost everything. And it was so much work to flip between the suits.
I can imagine.
For no reason.
It's your own specific things.
But yeah, so it was just a nice surprise. Yeah. Definitely worth calling for a number 3.
Yeah. You doing that is your whole thing with like you getting a Hawaiian pizza and taking the pineapples off of it, right? That's what it is for you.
It was like someone took the pineapples off the Hawaiian pizza and gave it to me, and I was like, "Oh, that's a really good pizza." And they're like, "Well, it was a Hawaiian." I was like, "Oh shit."
Right.
That's where it is.
If you guys get that, then you're on our page, right? You listen to the right podcast. All right. So my number 2, I feel like we're getting this is gonna be close because I haven't heard it for you, but it's God of War, and again, it's top tier. I mean, I'd say in terms of exclusives, the main reason why I got a PS4 when it came to getting between that and Xbox One. I mean, Xbox One shot itself in the foot from the get-go. So God of War, I got because the exclusives on PS4 were always outclassed any of the exclusives on Xbox One. And it was a classic case of it. PS4, this whole generation, I'd say, all their AAA exclusive games have been...
out of the park.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as they don't put out Dreams for this one, kill it.
Yeah.
Dreams is gonna be the redheaded stepchild.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I have no idea what Dreams or like what they're doing with Dreams. It's just there to me. It's like a project where I feel like they're just trudging through now because they spent so much money on it. Like I feel like they're just gonna release it because they've already wasted so much time and money. But it's not anything. But
I hope it's good.
Yeah.
No one hopes for a bad game.
No, of course not.
But I mean, from Little Big Planet, after playing that, I'm like, I don't even know, man.
Yeah.
I saw the hype for that one, and I can't believe it.
Yeah, I
although I hear it's testing really well.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, if it's a great game, it's a great game. I'll get it if it's great, but I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing: it won't be any God of War.
No,
this is what we're talking about.
There'll be no boy.
Yeah, boy. Yeah,
boy.
Which is about 90% of the dialogue in God of War.
But it was so good.
Yeah, I loved it. It was. I mean, the game in terms of gameplay, I'd say Spider-Man is a better open world game. This open world it felt very
dead.
Yeah, it felt very almost like cramped or claustrophobic. Like you're kind of generally running down a lot of linear corridors, but I still enjoy just the world building. I'd say it's got it's taking Kratos, who lived in like the Greek world of Greek mythology and moved in and kind of in exile in a world of Norse mythology, putting its own spin on it the same way they did in the previous series, but I'd say better than the previous series. The previous series, I didn't mind, but I was never that in love with. They kind of felt like the poor man's Devil May Cry.
Yeah, and there was a very dude bro feeling about the early ones. Yeah. Very Mountain Dew and Doritos.
Yeah, very much feel about Mountain Dew and Doritos. Just like the Mountain Dew Doritos in a blender type of thing going for it. But this one is a lot more I guess melancholic and
it's a lot more thoughtful.
Yeah, and
it really showed the maturity level that I feel like Xbox One is still in that. We're just games for games. You like action. You like chopping people up with a gun saw.
Yeah, the Gears of War.
Gears of War is fun, but it doesn't feel like the games have grown with us.
No.
Whereas PlayStation 2, I mean, Yakuza feels like it's aged with us.
Yeah, there's a lot more maturity to the games.
Yeah, so it feels like they're people that we grew up with. Kratos, who was young and a piece of shit, and now he's like the deadbeat dad, and it came out right. And by the way, this is my number 2.
Yeah, there we go.
I didn't pipe in because I was waiting for something, but yeah, I mean, I know you pre-ordered this, and I just kind of sat back, and then day one I bought it because I just saw how good it looked.
Yeah, oh yeah,
and the story seemed a lot more thoughtful. Although I do have one piece of contention.
Okay.
Kratos going from Greece to Norse mythology. He was not the first to do that.
Okay.
If we go back to Kevin Sorbo's Hercules, the legendary journeys.
Somehow I knew that was coming up.
He goes from Greece to the north to see the Vikings.
You can have that.
Yeah.
You can have that.
I'll take it. After Aeolus dies and he needs to find his way. He gets on a boat and then he ends up getting into a bar fight with Loki. So I'm saying it. Kevin Sorbo, you did it first.
All right. Yeah.
Without you, there would have been no God of War.
Well, I'm sure after he's done working on the set of God's Not Dead 4, he'll he'll get right on that. He'll try to do like his own game. God's Not Dead. I don't know.
The Kevin Sorbo story.
Yeah.
By the way, little piece of lore. In Rock Band,
yeah,
I made a drummer that looked like Kevin Sorbo and named him Kevin Sorbo. Or, quick, getting caught up in the microphone cords. Back up. Your leg is caught.
That's Steven's show.
You're stuck there now. You're now part of
Oreos is part
the
of the
recording
podcast.
equipment.
Sitting on the floor.
You're just fucking it up. He's taking shits. He's drinking.
And then the good thing I didn't bring my dog. He'd be barking at him.
Oh my gosh, that recording was unusable.
Yeah.
The clipping was insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also shout out to the head.
Oh yeah, I can't remember his name. Yeah, well, I had that right. It's. I mean, it's a take on like Navi and those types of characters, but he's actually
an enjoyable companion.
Yeah.
He just had the greatest stories.
Yeah,
you know, he was hilarious.
And there is definitely more of an appeal to a severed head that's just floating around.
Or just hanging from your belt.
Yeah, compared to a fairy that's like flying around and talking sass or something.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Although I will call bullshit. The world snake, when you saw it up close, its insides are not that big. Okay? There was some teleporting shit going on inside that body.
That's definitely a video game thing. Like, I feel like a lot of games will have like a world where you're inside of a monster and the inside's geographically way bigger than the outside somehow.
And don't get me wrong, this is my number 2 game of the year.
Yeah.
But that snake was like, what, 10 Kratos across?
Yeah.
When you're outside of him, you go inside, it's as big as the forest.
This is a butthole in Zootopia argument right now.
Exactly. But yeah, I'm calling bullshit on that motherfucking snake.
So snake aside, God of War is our number 2. Okay, and my number 1, if you can probably figure out, is Mega Man 11. And Red Dead Redemption didn't make it on my list. I'm guessing it's not on yours. But
is it gonna be on mine?
We'll see. But yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 didn't make it on my list. And people are loving it. Everything all the praise people are singing. I'm sure it's there, but it doesn't appeal to me personally. I'm not as when I hear about the details, like you have to maintain your horse grooming, in your hair upkeep and all that, and watch how much of the horse's balls shrink in the winter compared to that, and it doesn't appeal to me at all.
You're gonna get us some haters, man.
Yeah,
people love the bathtub hand jobs.
Honestly, again, that like I have nothing against people who love that, and I'm pretty sure the game did something right. I'm not a game developer. If I worked on that game, I'd be incredibly proud. Pretty sure people put a lot of hard work into it. Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't know. It doesn't appeal to me personally, but I'm sure mine doesn't appeal to everybody. It's just Mega Man 11. It's AAA title right there. Mega Man 11. And what can I say? We kind of discussed it a little bit, but it's a game that brought back everything I loved about the originals and was a logical update to the series. The 9 and 10 were fun, but they were definitely designed to be like more like throwbacks as opposed to real sequels. Like usually originally in the series, you'd always look to see how the series would get better and better, or how they'd add things to expand on the experience. This one
9 and 10 felt like celebrating by looking back at what was good.
Exactly.
Whereas Mega Man 11 was going towards the future of Mega Man.
Exactly. And while the double gear system is contentious, I understand why they did it.
Yes.
It's like again, as Dan was saying, it's kind of like it makes the game easier or more manageable, but it also mixes things up because you can only it's when you play, you know what you're getting in terms of the mechanics. You got your 8 robot masters and the levels which will have certain hazards in them. Dr. Wily is always the bad guy, even though sometimes let's say it's somebody else. And this time around, I'd actually say it developed more with the weapons in mind. A lot of the levels will have certain parts where it encourages you to use weapons more. Where usually when I play them, I just use the Mega Buster throughout the game, and then I use the boss powers on the actual bosses. But this one will have certain parts. Like say in Fuse Man's level, there's a part where there's like a wall that's kind of designed for you to shoot Rubber Man's weapons around and to bounce around and hit the guys, and that also
really?
yeah.
I missed that completely.
Yeah, there's certain things like that.
Oh shit!
But like things like that.
Also, I like that Batman, like where you could do different paths.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
And also, it'll kind of hint at what the boss will be weak to as well, because also things like say Bounce Man stage, the mid boss is like a guy who pumps up balloons. So if you use Impact Man's weapon, you can pop the balloons and then
really
yeah.
Oh, I just use Blockman on that whole thing.
Blockman, it is efficient, especially like on the guy in the digger in Impact Man stage. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, certain things like that will work, and like the turkey in Torchman stage.
Yes.
If you just freeze them a couple times, you do, and you even get a trophy for it.
Yeah.
So things like that, they do a lot of things to encourage more of the weapons, and they also have parts which encourage the double gear system. So a lot of, I mean, even though I never really used the power gear, the speed gear factored in a lot. So all of that, and I enjoyed the look of it, the music, and the fact that it got what number 9 got wrong.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's my number 9, my number 1. Sorry. Up for the time. My number 1 game of 2018. You
were going to say you're number 9.
Yeah.
You're mighty number 9.
That's not.
Mighty number 1. Mega Man 11.
Yeah, actually, a lot of numbers thrown around there. So I'm happy for this game, and I hope we see more of this series. I hope they kind of continue to take certain risks with the series as well, and also treat the games like major titles as opposed to like shovelware, which they kind of did in the early 2000s. They went a little too crazy with like having a Mega Man game every year, and there's like a lot of the weird sub series too. Like I never bothered with like a NT
Battle Network.
Yeah.
Mega Man Zero
and Star Force.
Oh fuck, Star Force.
Yeah, they kind of got it carried away.
The over the shoulder Mega Man.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Yeah.
And it was still a tactics game. Over the shoulder tactics. Yeah, that's weird. What are you kidding me? Your fist is an alien?
And also maybe if it does well enough, maybe they'll finally get an animated series that gets the series right, because the 90s one didn't do it right, and Mega Man Fully Charged definitely didn't. So
what are you talking about? It was awful. It was so bad.
That's what I'm saying.
I couldn't even joke. I was gonna joke about it.
No.
But then I felt myself get a little bit of throw up.
And I've actually watched like 22 episodes of that.
That's a season, man. Yeah. You watched the season.
It's still going on. There's still more going on. But yeah, I watched 22 episodes of that travesty, and it's just,
you know what? You're part of the problem. Capcom's looking at it like, oh my gosh, man, our viewership went up 800%.
The thing is, actually, it's all been abandoned in the States. Like the Cartoon Network, they stopped airing it. I mean, first off, they sent it to die because it would come out at 6 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday.
But here's the thing: Cartoon Network knew.
No, that's what I'm saying. They knew right away that it was a disaster.
They saw the uncanny valley that is Rush.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they said, "Fuck this demon dog."
It was pretty much like they bought it and instantly had buyer's remorse. Maybe if they bought it to get the rights to Mega Man, so they'll let this one go die, and maybe they'll do something good.
Well, I will say this: the Mega Man NT cartoons.
It looked at
they looked
games.
Good.
Looked at the games. I mean, I didn't play the games, but I looked at the games.
It looked good though.
Yeah.
It was no Sonic movie, but
yeah. Oh God. I guess yeah. The Sonic movie. Okay. We'll finish off your. We'll get to your number 1.
I saw the terror sweat come off your eyebrow.
All right. So yeah, Mega Man 11, my number 1 game. Let's hear Dan's number 1, and then we can bullshit about some.
We'll end this like every other podcast.
Yeah, we just bullshit about everything else.
So my number 1. Hitman 2.
Hitman 2. Wow.
Not the best game out of them all, but my God, it's so fun.
Yeah, I see you play a lot of it.
I loved Hitman 2016. This one just does it. Adds so much more to it. Because now you can bring in... Before, if you wanted to bring in a large sniper rifle, you had to hide that motherfucker somewhere in the level. Now you can bring it in a briefcase. And it just updates everything. Yeah. And it gave you a harder mode. So yeah, I mean, I think you probably see me on PS4 playing it till like 3, 4 a.m.
I'm sorry, time I saw it on you. That's what you're playing.
Yeah, I'm always playing Hitman 2. And honestly, so good. You dress up as a fucking flamingo in Miami. You know, that's how good it is. You go and you fight the drug cartel.
As a flamingo.
No, that's a different level.
Okay.
But honestly, in the third level, I think I had 9 bricks of cocaine that you could throw at guys to knock them out. So you're it was like my favorite thing since the brick in The Last of Us. But yeah, honestly, Hitman 2, my most fun game of the year, where I actually have played the game and then purposely went against the mission where I tried to kill everyone on every level. It is a bitch. And honestly, I think you can only do it on PC because every time my PS4 just goes crash zone. It can't handle all the dead bodies.
That's right, because it's not like other games where they dissolve.
Bodies just stay there. They turn into body bags.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that would be my number 1 of 2018.
2018's actually been a solid year for games altogether, I'd say. I think it kind of started slow, but then it gets really ramped up, and it's to the point, like, there's a huge backlog. There are games that could very well be higher on my list, but I haven't gotten a chance to play enough of. Like, there's Gris, which looks pretty interesting. I only played maybe 5 minutes of it before, so okay, I'll get to it later.
Yeah.
But it's interesting, kind of like Braid-ish, or not Braid, about a limbo type art house or action platform puzzle game, and then there's sorry.
I don't know. I just came back from throwing the dog in the bedroom. What are we talking about?
Oh, okay. So I'm just.
I heard limbo type puzzle game.
Okay, and so no, I'm saying I'm saying 2018 is been a good year. I'm saying there's a lot of games that came out that I haven't gotten a chance to like delve into.
Yeah, so, I saw that you did. You saw the look of puzzlement on my face.
Yeah. So what I'm talking about now is just like games that look good, but just haven't got a chance to play.
So Time Spinner just came out.
Yep.
So looks like Symphony of the Night. I haven't gone too deep into it, but looks good, feels good. I'm going back to my list. Chasm was okay, kind of disappointing. I mean, the dodge backwards is kind of bullshit, and it does a good job. If it hadn't come out between Dead Cells, Guacamelee 2, I mean, it would have been a serious, great game. But I just don't think it had enough time to breathe. And everyone was saying that, releasing all those games so close to each other, one of them had to go. Unfortunately, it was Chasm. Let's see. What
Another
else?
one for me is Dandara.
What?
It's like this game. It's like this chick with an afro. But
I remember. Okay.
It's like a Metroidvania game, kind of like I guess Gravity Rush, but where you have to you pretty much you move around by jumping up and down to different walls.
Yeah.
And it looks interesting.
She sticks to the walls, right? Where you can jump straight up.
Yeah, in different directions. You kind of choose that. So that seemed interesting. And then also I picked up on the Christmas sale Dragon Age 11, or is it? So
Dragon Age Inquisition?
No, that's not Dragon Age. Sorry, Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest.
Yeah, the latest Dragon Quest game. Which I mean, I didn't get to do anything in yet. I played maybe the intro chapter, and that's about it. Mm-hmm. But I'm enjoying it. I mean, again, I do like JRPGs. I already have a couple big JRPGs to get through right now. Well, just one, which is Xenoblade Chronicles 2. But I might just divide it into one to play at home and one to play on the road. So yeah, Anything else?
I will shortly talk about one thing
Okay.
that I'm quite ashamed of.
Okay.
This is not a new game, but because of all of Sony's censorships on pervy games made by Japanese people, I'm not sure if you heard about this.
I've heard a bit of it. I haven't gotten too deep into it. But.
Oh, okay. Well, they are starting to make Japanese games which do have a lot of fan service, do have a lot of busty anime girls.
Great.
They are starting to clamp down on it a little because they want a more
Family
unified,
friendly, okay.
family-friendly game. Because it is true, yes, everyone's used to getting these games since the PS3. But if this type of content was in, say, God of War, or The Last of Us,
Yeah.
If someone cooked hard enough that Ellie's clothes were blown off and she was still 16,
Yeah.
there would be questions.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I think that Sony's just trying to steer away from it. But I am always trying to fight on the side of the consumer. So I have downloaded 3 games.
Okay. Oh god.
Galgun Double Piece, Dungeon Travelers 2.
Okay.
And,
it sounds innocent enough.
Oh yeah. Oh, so innocent. And the third one is Senran Kagura Bon Appetit. Oh, actually, wait, 4, because there's also Senran Kagura Estival Versus.
Okay.
So, Senran Kagura Bon Appetit is a cooking rhythm game.
Oh, the cooking game.
So it's Iron Chef, but you're all ninjas. And so you cook so good that the clothes blast off the other girl. Jesus. And so that one I played for about an hour and then deleted it.
You're done with it. You kind of.
I had my time.
You reached the climax.
I had my time.
Right.
No, it's the fact that I was playing this in bed with my girlfriend. And
this is getting more
it was.
interesting.
It was. I could only hide the screen from her for so long.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't a shared activity.
I had to get rid of the evidence. And the same kind of goes for Samakura Estival Versus, where it's like a Dynasty Warriors beat 'em up, but to finish off the bosses, you have to do special attacks that surprise
Jesus.
blow off their clothes.
It's kind of. I guess it's the inverse of Bayonetta then.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
You don't know? You didn't play Bayonetta?
I know, I do. I have Bayonetta 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that one was another interesting one where I thought, I played it, I could see the appeal, and then I thought, my Vita's looking at me in a sad way.
So it's a game you've got to play. You've got to take it to the bathroom and
said,
hide.
Please don't do this to me, Dan.
It's a game you'd be ashamed to be walked in on playing.
Oh my god! I mean, it would be worse if it was a stranger. I'd feel bad if it was my parents. They'd be like, "Dude, you need Jesus." So that had to get deleted.
Right.
Galgun Double Piece, more innocent game.
Okay.
Where it's like sort of a light railgun or a light gun game on rails, and basically you have to shoot girls that are in love with you in certain spots. Either their head, their chest, their knees, or their groin.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. And basically, it's just a fun game. There's no clothes blowing off. It's, if someone saw it, they'd be like, that's a little funny, but I guess where, it's more cute than it is pervy.
Okay.
And I'm not shitting on anyone who likes these games.
No.
Yeah, we're laughing about it, but it's just funny because honestly, it's freaking pervy. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I'm Asian, and it kind of fills the stereotype in my head.
I only played one of these pervy games years ago, and even that one, I don't know what it was called. I can't really.
Detective Cobra?
No, it was like on PC.
Oh no!
I remember reading about it on something awful.
Was it a dating sim?
It is. Essentially, it's like you go into a house and it's like everybody's a girl. It's like it's like a mansion. The mother And she's got like 6 daughters or something, all different personalities. Like
Hell yeah.
one is like bossy, one's like the fashion girl.
Was one
like,
very timid?
Yeah, yep. And then it's like
was there the sporty one?
And there's a brainy one, and it's like he has to go different.
And was there the nice girl?
Yeah.
It's almost as if these stereotypes are in every country.
There's a twist though, but essentially, there's a maid. So yeah, you shouldn't have to go over all the rooms, and you have to like impress them in different ways. Like the smart one, you have to know all the movie trivia or something. And
wait, does one of them die?
I don't remember.
Does it turn into a murder mystery?
No, it's like you do all so you do all that and you impress them, and then essentially you have sex with all of them.
Yay!
But then I think they all find out. But then also there's like one, like the one who seems the most innocent is actually like diabolical and like fucks things up or something, and then something happens. But I know by the end of it, the house burns down and everybody dies, but you escape with the maid or something. It was weird, and there's a lot of weird shit in there. It's like there's one part where like a sister made the other sister get an enema, and then it was weird. But that was the only thing I played. I don't know why.
Okay, I was playing these games for an hour.
I went through the whole thing.
I was thinking you were talking about the Bible Black games. Or something,
no, I can't remember the title for the life of me, but that was a thing, and I played that, and I don't know how I went through the whole thing. I don't know, but yeah. After that, I was like, I don't play these kinds of games anymore.
But honestly, we're just trying to celebrate the genre.
Yeah.
Because it's just a funny thing.
Yeah.
If you like it, if you love it, get down.
I mean, again, it's a big industry. I'm pretty a huge niche. I'm sure, but
by the way, I will say, Dungeon Travelers 2, it's a little bit pervy, not too pervy. It's kind of like remember when everyone was pissed off about Dragon's Crown?
Oh, because of the big jiggling tits?
And they're scantily clad. Yeah. It's kind of like that, where it's a really solid dungeon crawler that you're kind of thinking, all the monsters look like pretty girls. And all the girls, you're the only guy, apparently. And there's all pretty girls that have to fight for you. But it's actually a very fun dungeon crawler. It's still on my Vita. Okay. I still have to turn away from my girlfriend.
Yeah, it's got to play the shame.
I will say it is staying on. It's there forever.
All right. So those are our games, and now I kind of want to go back to this whole Sonic movie debacle.
Let's do it. Jim Carrey as Eggman.
I heard pictures are up. I haven't seen the pictures up?
I don't know. We have 2 laptops in front of us and a phone.
Yeah, 2 phones, 2 laptops. There's no excuse.
And a Google Home Mini in the background. It's been listening to us this whole time.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, everything, and I guess there aren't any pictures yet, but just so when I first saw no real pictures yet, but some good ones on Google when you look it up.
There's no leaked pictures.
No leaked pictures, although I hope they just do this for it.
Oh my god!
Got like the counter off picture, and then just like cut around it. The fake mustache, but
yeah, because you know what? If they're gonna make Sonic look realistic,
but the way they made him look realistic was disgusting. Like he's got like muscular legs that just look.
He's running.
Yeah.
He's got beefy legs.
Yeah, the beefy legs. There's something disturbing about it. It looks like a human. It looks like a short man with a Sonic helmet on, or a Sonic hat mask on.
Look at those calves and that under thigh.
And it gets also the fact that it's so human. The fact that Sonic and other kinds of anthropomorphic animal characters are just a big thing with furries. It seems like I'm expecting like a big slimy pink penis to come slipping
Sonic
out.
Showed the pink lipstick.
Yeah, a little like a red rocket comes slipping out between his legs or something. There's something about it. It's a little unsettling.
I will say the more unsettling thing.
Okay.
Sonic's arms aren't pink.
I guess not. I mean,
they're furry.
See that? Yeah,
they have fur. I guess
that's true. Yeah.
And it doesn't look like he's wearing gloves.
Yeah.
What are you doing? If he's gonna be wearing shoes, why can't he wear gloves?
I don't know. It just looks really unsafe. There's just something about it. Just
Oh wait, what's that
no,
picture?
this is
beside-
fake.
Oh,
This is
that's a
fake.
fake.
Yeah, it's just a Photoshop.
No, I was gonna say the one to the left of that.
To the left of this one?
Yeah.
Maybe no, because
No, that's just 2016.
It's 2016. Yeah, it's not it's a fan poster.
Although that one actually looks better.
Look at that. This would be good. Danny DeVito, Keanu Reeves. Danny DeVito's Dr. Robotnik, which would have been a better choice.
Okay.
Keanu Reeves. It's just a Keanu Reeves in a blue blazer as Sonic, and I have no idea who that is.
I think those are that's one of the ghosts from the Matrix.
Yeah.
As Knuckles. But here's the thing.
Okay.
What do you think will be more awful? Sonic the Hedgehog
Okay.
or Detective Pikachu?
Sonic the Hedgehog. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, Detective Pikachu. It doesn't look like my kind of thing, but it seems like.
They missed the gun. Danny DeVito should have voiced it.
Yeah, I don't know why it's
You know-
Ryan Reynolds. Actually, I guess because Ryan Reynolds is probably can draw more money. It's definitely a money-based decision.
Yeah, but it would have been hilarious
yeah.
if Pikachu sounded like Danny DeVito.
It would make more sense too for like.
I'm the trash man.
Yeah.
I go in the ring and I throw trash. What? The
Yeah, we haven't seen this one.
No.
Yeah, this one is it's a winner right there. That's a winner right there.
Is that real photo?
Apparently, yeah. Apparently.
Oh my gosh.
And there's that one, and then there's the leg one. Where
Wait,
it's like,
his fur is pink in the center?
yeah, I guess
That
doesn't make any sense.
I thought that was supposed to be like
It's the skin. Yeah, it's like his belly. I don't know.
I think I'm gonna have to say I don't know if the Sonic movie's gonna be any good.
It's destined to fail. There's
also, what is he just holding his feet up in the air?
I guess that's not on his head at all. Like I feel like
He's just doing leg lifts.
this one is like American Death Note, where it's just
No, this is not anywhere near. American Death Note is way better than this.
no, I'll give that. No, American Death Note, the movie, and a lot of people hated it. I didn't hate the movie. I thought it was flawed for sure, but there
was good.
Yeah, there were good things about it. There were good things to take away. And if it weren't a Death Note movie, it'd be an okay like cult movie.
It'd
or
be an
something.
okay Netflix movie.
Yeah, but
6.5.
It's a terrible Death Note movie but it's an okay movie as it is. But what I'm saying though is a situation where right from the get go everyone's going to be against it. Like it's just dead in the water.
No, I want this movie to be good. I want it to be
Why?
because it would be.
No.
Think about where our lives would be if the Sonic movie turned out to be hilarious.
Yeah. Good in that way. No, it's going. It probably will be.
No, like if it was like Deadpool funny.
No, I don't know.
Like where people were just shitting their pants because of how funny.
Yeah.
Sonic
I can't
was.
see that.
Get Ryan Reynolds to voice Sonic.
Yeah, that would have been a better choice. I mean, that would make made more sense
to me.
than Pikachu, in all honesty.
Yeah,
Because he's a smart ass kind of character.
Yeah, he's edgy.
Yeah.
He's gonna get out there. He's gonna floss.
Honestly, they should have made it a period piece. Set it. I mean, okay, I don't even know if they had to set it in the real world. To be honest,
They really shouldn't have.
No, like it should have been in like the fantasy world of the game.
Although I will say this, Ratchet and Clank, I don't know how it did.
Oh no, I heard that. Yeah, but that honestly, because I think it was like Sony did themselves. You know how much experience in terms of like video game of making movies out of the games, and also, I mean, what
Ratchet
do you
and
think?
Clank are not on the list.
Yeah, and I think the Mario movie is going to be shit too. Even though it is CG animated, but it might do well because Illumination. I hate Illumination. Like all their movies are just like they feel like trying to stab someone with marshmallows. Like they're just so inoffensive and
I always found it to be like they wanted to be an art picture, but they couldn't get the budget for it, so they sold it.
What Illumination?
Yeah, like I always felt like the art style could have been like that artsy sort of CG stuff.
I guess looks like less than Pixar essentially.
Yes.
I think. Yeah.
You know, like how art movies are just a little bit janky.
Yeah.
That's the style of their movies.
Yeah.
But then they sold out, and they still didn't get the money.
Like Despicable Me is this. I don't know. It was like
Hey, man.
the premise is great, but then there's nothing about Gru that feels like it's actually a villain or
No,
ever
but
was evil.
let's be honest, they don't give a shit. They're
No.
printing money with
No,
nothing.
they're making so much money. I'm just saying all their game and all their movies are just so inoffensive. Like the Grinch, again, that made a lot of money.
Okay,
And the trailer looked like
The Grinch was bad.
that looked like garbage.
But no, I mean, Despicable Me, not as good as The Incredibles, but okay.
Yeah. But it's like, I mean, even that other one, the Megamind, seemed
I
kind of get
I
it.
thought Megamind was hilarious.
Yeah,
actually.
that actually kind of got the whole idea of like a villain kind of turning good better than the Despicable Me movies. Or Despicable Me seem to do better. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a kid, but those.
Do you think the Despicable Me movies were made for kids? I think they were made for the parents.
No, they're made for kids. Oh, maybe. I mean, they're just so. They're so inoffensive. Like they've got to be made for kids. They're like
I don't think they're made for
it's
kids.
like they're made. I think all the movies are for kids. There's like babysitting. Like I tried watching Secret Life of Pets and same thing. It's just like it's just babysitting.
Well, you don't like Kevin Hart as the rabbit?
No. But I mean, it's funny that they're doing a sequel. I was like, I think they're bringing Louis C.K. back, but they apparently didn't. But it's like Patton Oswalt. Because I was like, they're gonna bring the serial masturbator Louis C.K. back.
Why? If anything, he's just method acting.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
he's method acting.
I guess he licks himself. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, he's just like, hey, I'm doing it like a dog.
Yeah, he uses his tongue to jerk himself.
That's right. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's Sonic. I don't know. It's there. I mean, there hasn't been a good video game movie yet, and Sonic is just another casualty.
No, if you want to see video games into media, watch Castlevania.
Yeah, that's been the best adaptation of a video game. Period.
Yeah, I mean, Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Silent Hill.
Yeah.
They got Pyramid Head right. I will say they did do that.
And again, Mega Man Fully Charged.
What about the Mega Man fan movie?
Oh god, the live action one. I won't forget
with chubby Mega Man.
He's chubby. I think he's just an Asian guy. He didn't seem that chubby.
Well, the fact that it was a skin tight Leo type.
Yeah, I guess it didn't help. Yeah,
you know, because you either gotta have like no body definition.
Yeah,
this guy was not even allowed to be ripped.
Yeah,
he just had to be like a cylinder.
Yeah,
the perfect kind of Spanx chubby.
It's like melted pop bottles for his armor. Yeah, that wasn't that good.
Did he squeak as he ran?
I can't remember if
I feel like he did.
I saw it years ago, and I was like, I put it on my latest right after finishing it. I mean, it got the story right, I guess, but it was just it was like a student film.
It looked like a student.
Yeah, it felt like a student film. I guess I didn't have any emphasis, or it didn't have anything elevated.
It's up to us. We got to bring back Mega Man movie. with the thick ass boots.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're doing one apparently, a live action one.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm already bracing myself to, for that pain.
Do you think people are gonna flip out when they find out Mega Man's not Asian?
Yeah, I mean, I guess yeah. Where did that even come from? I mean, he's.
I mean, if they flipped out because Ghost in the Shell was an Asian,
yeah, but
it's the same thing as Mega Man.
No, I mean, his name's Rock, and his
name is now Aki.
Yeah,
sir.
Okay. I mean that one though, and that one they made him Asian though. He's an Asian kid, but I don't understand why. I mean, Asian robot kid, and then he has a black human sister, and
diversity. Wow.
Yeah, but it's like I don't understand. Well, I don't understand why a robot needs to go to school.
Yeah, don't they just download their shit?
Yeah, and they just like I don't understand why he's a student. That right from there, I knew that just shows there's no need. Okay, there's no need to do that. Why go the direction? You have 11 games now. I mean, plus others. You have a lot of lore there.
Yeah,
a lot of characters to work from. You could take any of the stories and mishmash them. Why the fuck make it like a robot schoolboy and give him like this like half-assed Mega Man X armor?
Because it would be too expensive to make it all action.
Yeah.
Although, you know what? They didn't have to.
They didn't have to. It could be a lot of downtime. It could be a lot of...
chasing that bird thing.
Or it could be a lot of... Yeah, it could be a lot of Dr. Wily plotting. It could be like... I mean, Castlevania is not a lot of action.
No.
And still get all... I mean, the first half of the season 4 was a lot of characters sitting and navel-gazing. And then it picked up...
Of Castlevania?
Yeah.
Season 4?
Season 2, sorry. Season 2.
There you go.
The first 4 episodes of Season 2. Season 4, getting a little too ahead. First 4 episodes of Season 2 were a lot of navel gazing. It was like a lot of the characters were like
going to the library.
Yeah, going to the library and then developing feelings for each other. And Dracula was sitting around moping that nobody likes him anymore.
And the black guy self-flagrating himself.
Yeah.
That was a weird one.
Yeah.
or the other guy who
had a dog.
He's like kind of slow.
Yeah, he's a bit autistic. He seems like
he was a little bit
idiot savant.
What was that movie? Look at the bunnies.
Yeah, Lenny. Yeah,
he was a little bit like Lenny.
Lenny and Mice of Men. Yeah,
Mice of Men.
Yeah, pretty much. Which is how I thought A Way Out would end. That's
what I thought.
Yeah, I was gonna end like that.
Just look at the pretty bunnies.
But yeah, so I don't know. Like I'd love to. I mean, as a kid, I always dreamed of seeing a good Mega Man cartoon. The only good one there ever was Mega Man Upon a Star, which is, I mean, even though it's essentially Japanese tourism propaganda, it's the best adaptation there's ever been of Mega Man.
I'd have to disagree.
Really?
Yeah. Mega Man, early 90s.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was brilliant. Yeah, that was brilliant.
I mean, come on. Get him and Link together.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Aw, princess.
Yeah, Mega Man's like this cocky, smart aleck, and he's got muscles for some inexplicable reason.
He's pretty muscular, yeah.
Yeah, he's got muscles, and But
I mean, they got it as right as they could have.
I don't know about that.
I mean, think about it. Out of all the Mega Man iterations other than Once Upon a Star, it's like the second best.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, no, Mega Man NT Warrior.
Yeah.
I don't like the games, but man, they did it right.
Yeah, you got to give them credit for that. But also, like...
Damn it.
Just the plot. I mean, just the plots and the corny humor, like the robot puns and the...
Yeah, but it was 90s. Everything was
everything was puns. Everything, yeah.
I mean, you had to have... Every season had to have the character surfboarding.
Yep.
They had to have puns in every show.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of actually killing the bad guy, the bad guy would be running away with the last piece to destroy the world, and something would fly between his legs and trip him.
He's something like all the time.
It's Donatello's bow staff.
Yeah. I mean, there's no hook to the show. It was dumb antics, and like the plots were... I feel like as it progressed, either maybe the writers were just in the writer's room and operating on like 2 weeks of no sleep and getting loopier. Or,
I thought it was just cocaine binges.
Well, yeah, that, or they're like purposely trying to one up each other, but the plots just got more and more ridiculous because the episode I go back to is when there's like a Toadman shoots something into the sky that turns robots into cavemen. So the robots devolve into cavemen for some reason. Like Mega Man turns into, he grows long hair and he
looks like a
Neanderthal then
again, everyone's doing that. Do you remember the G.I. Joe episode?
Well, G.I. Joe had more.
They ran for mayor.
Yeah. The thing is, G.I. Joe was what lent itself to that more. Plus, G.I. Joe was its own world. Like the G.I. Joe came. I mean, it's a toy, but that was its own thing. It had free reign to develop its own.
I think the problem was the Mega Man from the 90s tried to be campy, and they missed it.
Yeah.
There's a thin line between camp and just ridiculous shit.
And it was just like that. And then also there were like there's one where like lion men came from the past and took over the world and tried to it's like when you think about it, it's definitely people were dropping acid or something.
Best Mega Man cartoons? The cutscenes from the Mega Man X games.
Yeah. Mega Man X4 in particular.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, the voice is terrible.
Yeah.
But the cutscenes from Mega Man X4,
yeah,
and brilliant.
Mega Man. If we could get those a series with better voice acting.
Or I'm not sure. This is a deep cut. Do you remember the trailer?
The action or
do you remember the trailer for Mega Man Online?
No, I do actually. Yeah.
Oh my god, that was the best one.
And there's also a Mega Man game that, I mean, it wasn't that good. There's certain things that were bad about it, but certain things kind of look good. It was like one of those like interactive FMV games.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called though. But like a Mega Man game, and it's like FMVs, and you kind of like press an arrow. You press arrows, like choose the right direction or choose the right decisions. But
I think we've gone a little too far off the rails.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, all that's better than the Brazilian Mega Man. Believe it at that.
Pervy Mega Man?
Yeah.
They were just trying to be Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball, kind of pervy.
So I guess I've gotten that off my chest. Anything else you want to say before we wrap this up?
No, just, you know what? Everybody have a great see you in 2019.
Yeah, 2019. Hopefully more new games to come. I'm assuming this is the near end of this generation. We'll probably be getting
winding down with Last of Us 2.
Yeah, and then it'll be going to and Psychonauts 2. More people will play Psychonauts 2.
Sekiro
It's amazing. Ghost of Tsushima not so much.
You know what? We should get back together in January and talk about the most anticipated.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because we were so prepared for this one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We came with the irritant plan.
The blank look at we looked at each other. And go, did you make a list? I think let's cut it here.
Yeah. Where can they find us?
Shit, I'm on Twitter as what the fuck is my name? Dan Okie, DANNOKIE.
And I'm on on Twitter as @Todd S. Gallows, all one word.
Yeah, so you can reach out to us there, or you can email us at the email I haven't checked in 3 months. bithudgames@gmail.com.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for sticking around.
Thank you for listening to us.
Until next time, guys.
Yeah, there's that toilet flush in the back.
Did leave a nugget on the floor or something?
Yep, the Oreo dropped the fucking bomb in the carpet. Maybe we'll cut it and post edit. Yeah. Maybe we won't.
Yeah, okay, maybe we'll leave it. It'll add to the realism. To the lore. Yeah.
That Oreo drops dingleberries on the carpet.
The dog, the dingleberry crisis.